coast of Britain are cities where lives are shaped by the sea.
Gets the heart going a bit.
Each city is a gateway to the wider world. And around each city, thousands of people work in jobs that touch all of our lives.
Lovely to meet you.
Whether it's keeping us safe or keeping us smiling.
Yes, my love. Don't spend your bus fare, will you?
Jobs that keep the nation afloat.
We're at call 24/7, 365 days a year.
From clocking on in the morning to relaxing after work.
The seaside beckons.
Around the shores and rivers of their hometowns, water brings people together. On Britain's south coast, Brighton is a magnet for fun lovers.
We float! We float!
Description of missing child.
But the heat's on for the seafront team.
It's tied up our patrol boat, tied up our lifeguards. It's just a massive no-no. It's all getting a little bit lively.
And trade revs up for the bank holiday.
It's going to be an extreme push to get ready for this evening.
Brighton's seafront is waking up. 10 million visitors come to the city every year, so running one of Britain's busiest beaches can be a challenge. The man in charge is Chris Ingle.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that as part of your working day. Coming down here, got the warm sunshine now, beautiful view over the ocean, both the piers in the background, then looking out across the Worthing. Absolutely gorgeous morning. Perfect.
Tourism is vital to Brighton's economy, and the beach is the city's crowning glory. Chris and his team patrol 8 miles of beachfront each morning, making sure it's ready to open to the public every day of the year.
And a quick check round the paddling pool, make sure there's nothing unpleasant floating in there from the day before. I'm an Essex boy originally. People always ask me how I kind of got into this job. I'm still not entirely sure myself, to be fair. It's a lovely job. It is a lovely job, yeah. Sometimes you do realise just how lucky I am to be out here on a Sunday morning enjoying the best part of the day sometimes. So, yeah, I never take it for granted. After 14 years of being down here, I still enjoy those early mornings. So it's a fantastic job. Wouldn't change it for the world. Behind the scenes, I don't think people realise how much goes into keeping the seafront going. It's again one of the sort of less glamorous elements of the job. This shelter's got quite a few rough sleepers in it. Just by going up, checking that the sleeping bags moving, I know they're breathing. Morning, Chief. You all right? I won't wake them up this time of the day, but we'll engage with them later and make sure they're sort of getting as much help as we can.
Sometimes Chris has to lay down the law.
We do have a lot of people coming down camping on the beaches. Morning.
Good morning.
Hello there. It's just the seafront office here. Are you just down for the weekend, guys?
Yeah.
Actually tonight.
Yeah, that's
Just tonight. OK, you should be camping on the beaches.
all right.
So if you can pack up by about 9, 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah? Is that OK? All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Nearly 500,000 visitors may turn up on a busy weekend, and with them comes litter. Day after day, the beach teams have to clean up the mess.
Obviously, a couple of people enjoyed a beer on here last night, so we'll just tidy those up for the visitors coming in the morning.
Long before Brighton became a fashionable tourist destination, many families earned a living from fishing. Neil Messenger is the only fisherman left who still sells his catch on Brighton's seafront.
That's our main catch. What we're trying to catch is Dover sole. It's one of your prime fish. You get what you get, that's it. It's no good saying, oh, we're going to earn this, we're going to earn that, because sometimes you can come out and earn twice as much as you have today, and then the next day you can come out and it'll be absolutely rubbish and you haven't paid for the diesel.
Today's catch will go straight to the family shop. But making a living is tough, and Neil worries about the future of the business.
We've had the shop in the family now for, it must be 30 years. It's not the best place for a fish shop. It pays its way, it's not a blank, and we do it because we enjoy it.
While Neil is at sea, his son Jack runs the shop.
Well, we ain't got a lot today. We've only got some plaice and some sea bass and that. So it's, yeah, they're really good. We rely on the summer trade, because in the winter we're doing nothing. Like, we pretty much close the shellfish over there. You know, might do a few customers a day in the winter, and then over here we get the regulars. But you know, it's not going to make a living. It doesn't pay the bills. You rely on a good summer, really, like it's been so far. It's been pretty good, and hopefully it carries on. Otherwise, you know, could go out of business. You never know.
A lot of times I sort of think about getting rid of it, or you know, if Jack gets fed up, we would pack up straight away. I did say to Jack, you can ask him. I said, you know, if something happens to me at sea, I fell over the side or something like that. Don't ever think pack the shop up tomorrow. Don't, you know. Don't bother with it. Don't think, oh, I've got to do it. You know, it's Dad's shop, you know, he'd like me to carry on.
Neil is thinking about retirement, while Jack has dreams about the future.
My dad asked me, look, when I was 15, oh, do you want to, you know, work down the shop with me? And the way things are now in the world and down here, if I looked for a job anywhere else, it won't be as good as this. This is like my own. This could be my own business. I was expecting more, to be honest, but it's enough for me for today, and hopefully I'll catch a bit more tomorrow.
One of Jack's regular customers, Patrick, pops by to collect his order.
Freshest fish in Brighton, this fella. It's as fresh as you like, but it's very pricey. If you can get the right, deal, it's lovely, beautiful. Look at that. Still flapping. Go and do the flapping thing, Jack. Still alive.
Most of it.
Beautiful.
It's all going today.
All going.
I've got 3 deliveries in Whitehawk. I can't say no. I'm not delivering. You know,
I can't do it, so I've got to go.
And they're good.
You charge them, delivery?
They're good customers. No.
How much you charge them?
Well,
you don't charge
I don't use any petrol on my bike.
It doesn't matter, it's your time, charge him, delivery. He's a good lad, he'll be all right. Just needs time. Just needs time. Just nurturing him. Teaching him the business. You should be filming that. Keep your eye on him with these young Polish girls in that cafe.
This is Evelina. She's been teaching me Polish the last few days.
Yeah.
I can only say yes and no, but that's all I really need to know.
Jack's Polish may be coming along, but he's still got a lot to learn about running a business. Opposite the Palace Pier is the Brighton Sea Life Centre. Marine biologist Joe Williams and his colleagues have a date with a turtle called Lulu.
All the way up. Okay, so now weigh her. Now.
Moments like these kind of make the 14-hour days and everything a little bit more worthwhile. I don't think many people would be able to say that they've been swimming with a 77-year-old sea turtle that weighs 28 stone, and as far as we know, they're the oldest sea turtles in captivity.
Sea Life is based in an aquarium built by Victorian engineers. All the water for the centre is pumped in from the sea. Joe spends most of the day working behind the scenes. One of his many chores is to keep tabs on the terrapins. And he's got names for them all.
You can see the numbers on Professor Snape have worn away a lot, and within another month they'll be gone completely. So I will still know her and still know who she is, but for ease of the rest of the team, we'll put numbers on.
Sea life has over 300 different species on display from all over the world. But some of the marine life comes from a bit closer to home.
Rocky Shore's just teeming with the seaweed that we're after, but also that's a great habitat, in fact, for all the species of invertebrates and fish and all sorts that will be living in here.
Definitely not a motte in that case.
Joe and his colleagues are looking for samples in the local rock pools, which they'll display at the centre.
Definitely picked the right day for it. Being out doing something like this is quite nice for us to do, as a team especially.
No.
I caught a shrimp. Yeah.
Let's have a look.
This is a great activity for people to do with their kids in the summer. Come down and have a look. I did it when I was little, and obviously it sparked some sort of passion in me.
With the rock pool samples collected, there's another task on the horizon. Preparations are underway for the annual beach festival, Paddle Round the Pier. Sea Life has entered the raft race.
We've just used our scientific brains to make sure that we're building something that will do what we want it to do, because if we don't, we're going to look stupid.
Building a raft that will float is the main challenge. Joe's colleague Barnaby is also having a go. Joe's not convinced by his team's efforts.
Barnaby there is a mechanical engineer, so he reckons that means he's going to win, but we know he won't. Basically, our design last year wasn't too dissimilar from what they're doing, so that's how we kind of know it may or may not work. Like, I hope for their sake it does, because it won't be as fun if their raft doesn't work.
Well, our boat is stronger and sturdier, so I think pallets, once it's all together, the pallets will be stronger than bamboo and a bit of rope, so, and we've got a lot of bottles in there which float really well, so I think it should, it's very scrappy challenge, yeah. Theirs looks better, but ours is going to be stronger and faster. I've got the blink waves.
We'll be having a life ring on board just in case you fall in the sea. Even if they are floating, we will definitely have a better time than them. It's all about the race. So we'll have a better time, for definite.
The raft race is just a day away. The Paddle Round the Pier festival is always a great family occasion. It even gives help to children who struggle to get to the seaside. Across the city, 8-year-old Jay is at home with his mum Eve and stepfather Cyril.
He has autism and he has several other conditions as well, which are associated with autism. Until he was 5, he didn't talk really much at all. We did wonder whether he was going to speak. Going anywhere out of the house is really difficult, and the majority of the time we don't go out. Everyday life is a struggle for him, and everything has to be organised and prepared and explained to him in a certain way so that he understands where he's going to be at and what he's doing. And if that doesn't happen, he can have a really bad meltdown. Hello, Jay.
Come and show me my room.
They'll come and see your room in a minute.
Okay.
As you can see, he's half naked already.
Get off of me. Get in here! Hold your hand.
You can hold my hand, my darling. So, you know, life honestly is a bit of a struggle for us.
The beach festival is a really important date in Jay's calendar. Eve and Cyril are determined the trip will go ahead.
Paddle around the pier is probably the only occasion of the year where Jay gets to go in the water or access the beach in a way that you or I or anybody else would.
Jay's always left out with things because of the peer pressure out there for him. So for something that he feels like it's just about Jay, it's very important to us as well.
Go get him.
Welcome to Paddle. Free to get in. We just would like a donation.
The city's roasting in the summer heat, and the 21st Paddle Round the Pier Festival is underway. It's all about getting as many people as possible to have fun in the water. The raft race is always one of the highlights.
Nice and casual.
Yeah, that was the plan. Go for style over speed, I think.
Yeah.
You know, enjoy the travel rather than race round.
We have built this beautiful raft out of 2 open canoes, and we've got a lovely sail, and we very much hope not to sink.
It's not about the winning, it's just about taking part and having a great time. We've got good conditions, so yeah, that should be great.
Paddle Round the Pier relies on volunteers to make sure everyone has a good time. Volunteer Rob Reeks is here to help the family get Jay into the sea.
Lovely to meet you.
How are you, Cyril?
Hi, Sarah, I'm Rob. Lovely to meet you all. Let's go do it. That's what you've been waiting for. Let's do the thing you've been waiting for.
Jay seems relaxed, but Eve is worried that his mood might change.
He's really sensitive to certain noises, so the beach itself is a massive sensory overload. We're here and we've had no meltdowns yet, so it's a positive thing.
Here's yours, that one will fit you. This is for JJ.
Here you go. Well done.
Moments later, Jay is beginning to feel overwhelmed by everything around him. Eventually, Jay is persuaded to head for the water. His aunt Mel is on hand to reassure him.
You can't go in the water without the jacket. Look.
I can't go in the water without a jacket.
Tiana's got a jacket.
I don't want Tiana to have a jacket. I want Larry. I want nothing to have a jacket.
He's having a bit of a meltdown at the moment about putting a life jacket on. But it's a real sensory thing because it's really tight. So they're just trying a different size now to see if he's going to tolerate it.
Finally, Jay is safely in his life jacket and can join Cyril and his sisters in the surf.
He's calm, he's enjoying himself, just doing something he would never be able to do normally.
If it wasn't for Paddle Around the Pier, this wouldn't have happened, literally. This day wouldn't be possible. Massive undertaking, but so worthwhile.
I just feel really relieved and really happy that they're in the water and having a good time.
Thanks to the volunteers, this is the one day of the year that Jay and his family can enjoy the magic of the seaside.
There's that sense of freedom down there. It's like you forget about the world outside. It's just amazing.
Did you have a good time? I love it. I have a nice time.
I'm really pleased. And what have you got here?
Stones.
Are you taking them home?
Yeah.
Should we go and get changed?
your hair.
Yeah, come on then.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I remind you, we do have lots of press, we have lots of international press with us today. Well, we were in Chinese newspapers, TV last year, German, Australian, we're all over the world. So please don't drown.
Down on the beach, the rafts are on the start line. Sea life rivals Joe and Barnaby are about to go head to head.
If we can come in first and second between us, I mean, that's...
Well, you know what they say,
Having the
second
best.
is just loser.
The crews might dream of winning, but first their rafts need to float.
It's held together so far, so I reckon it'll be all right. Yeah.
We think it's amazing. It's the best way to put it. Well, we hope so anyway. Hope it's going to actually float. We're very much pumped and ready now. Very much pumped and ready. Ready to win! Yeah! Ready?
Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Joe's team struggles to get the raft in the water, but eventually they're away. Barnaby's crew follows just behind, and almost immediately they're in trouble. There's no rule book out here and no real course. You just have to stay afloat.
Yeah, we're floating. We might be the last people, but at least we're going.
A round of applause, please, lads. Give it up, oh, look at that.
Joe's raft doesn't win, but the team finish in fine style.
We float! We float!
Barnaby's crew brings up the rear.
We've got to buoy him back again, just slowly and not very stably. But we floated. There we go. We did at least float.
Yeah, we failed last year, so this year we floated, so that's a good thing. So, go us, go us.
Brighton has always found new ways to keep visitors entertained. After one of its piers burned down, it was replaced by a pier in the air. The I-360. On the promenade below the I-360, one of the UK's oldest seaside favourites, Glyn Edwards has been working with Mr. Punch and his friends for nearly 50 years. Like every Punch and Judy performer, he's known as the Professor.
Let me show you the booth that I've had since, wow, about 1970. I just love it to bits. It looks rickety and ancient and whatever, but it's my second home. I think I've got a picture somewhere of me hanging up of me with this very booth on the seafront, and the West Pier was still standing. It's kind of, you know, it's like they say an Englishman's home is his castle. A Punch and Judy professor's booth is his castle.
Glyn is not the only Punch and Judy professor in this family.
This is my granddaughter and my daughter Katie, who are joining the family tradition in their own interesting way. Katie is a professor. Roisin, who knows? You might try it one day?
Oh, yeah, Joe. It's a good way to make money. We've talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it? It's a good way to make.
Glyn's wife, Mary, builds and maintains the cast.
This is a very, very old one that was very badly battered.
but Glenn loved it and it was very light. I redid the whole thing, redressed it. It actually almost needs to be redressed already.
Mary makes a lot of stuff. Other stuff we buy and kind of Mary redresses it. I've had this one for ages here, but I wanted a banker. So we had a banking routine in which this one, Bertie Bonus, came off the worst at the end of Mr. Punch's slapstick. There you go. That's when you were tiny.
He just lives for the crowd reaction and for passing that on, passing that tradition on. It's literally a labour of love. He believes, I think, that's where Punch and Judy belongs, 100% on Brighton Beach.
Alright guys, how we doing? All good?
Chef Michael Bremner runs a busy restaurant in the city.
How was lunch? Busy. Good. So how's everything going, guys?
Absolutely superb. Went to food, but hey, we've got no...
Is it your first time here?
Yeah.
Michael's existing restaurant has given him an appetite for a new venture. He's on his way to his latest project.
There's a lot of places in Brighton that all focuses on the high-end dining. It's all about the fast restaurant get a Michelin star, whereas I think there's an opportunity missed, and I think that the people in the middle ground that want to come out, enjoy simple food, well executed, on the beach, that's the kind of market I want to aim for.
It's late June, only a week or two before the start of the summer holidays, and the restaurant is well behind schedule.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Michael's builder Aaron has the team working at full tilt.
We'll finish. It will be finished. It will be up and running. As long as we can get power into the building, we'll be happy.
While opening the doors is important, for Michael, success means the new restaurant must match his own high standards.
It's getting it right is important. As long as these guys are happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy, then, you know, I'm cool.
All the building work is disruptive for the neighbours, and the council have turned up.
And there's a few businesses next door to us that are worried about the noise from the generator and it affecting their businesses, which I understand. So basically I'm trying to get from these guys what's going to happen, and essentially there's going to be some tile cutting, things like that, so it shouldn't impact them too much. A lot more painting and things, so I'm going to go and speak to the council, smooth them over, put a bit of the old Bremner charm down there, and we'll see what happens.
Michael's charm offensive is underway. He needs to win people over if the restaurant's going to open in time for summer. It's the annual Pride weekend. Brighton's streets are packed with glitz, glamour and music. This is the place to let your hair down, forget your inhibitions, and catch everyone's eye. Paddle volunteer Rob Reeks is not going to miss this opportunity.
You know, that money, actually, they give money to paddle. I always liked dressing up, and I was never discouraged from it. I even did it at school. Just looking at the pictures, I must have only been about 5. 1981, January, I was 6. Dressed in my, I don't know, my mum's boots, my grandmother's hat, dressing gown, night dress, with a shopping bag. 6 years old.
For this year's Pride, Rob has something a little more elaborate planned than raiding his granny's wardrobe.
I've got the original sketch here, which in true fashion designer style made me look very tall and very slim. You've got a top piece, which is all made to me, to my measurements, all boned. It's fabulously tight. The shoes are my biggest fear. Walking in them and not breaking my ankle for 3 miles is going to be near on impossible. but aren't they fab? Times have changed. I'm much more comfortable. I don't know that I would have done this 20 years ago as a protest. I'm doing it because I can and I want to. And that's what's amazing about the Pride Festival.
And if you just look kind of right here, that's it.
It's changing your personality just for a little while to indulge and enjoy the event slightly differently to perhaps if I went as me.
I've actually got another drag queen after this.
Have you?
Yeah, but of course we won't make him look as good.
Oh.
And with a few finishing touches, Lady Yu is born.
There. Thank you.
From the moment she hits the seafront, Lady Yu is a smash.
Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love it. Singing? I don't sing. There's a mirror in there. I was just checking myself out. If in doubt, just spin round. It's absolutely amazing. My wig stayed on, and happy Pride, everybody. Amazing.
There's a new view taking shape from Brighton's beach, and it has an important role in our future energy needs. Rampion Offshore Wind Farm is the first of its kind off Britain's south coast. It can generate enough electricity for nearly half the homes in Sussex. Chris Tomlinson is the project's development manager, and he's worked on Rampion since it was on the drawing board.
It's an absolute feat of engineering. It always staggers me when I come out of here, and you know, I have to say, when I look at the wind farm out here, I always have a sense of pride. It's tremendous.
When we've been constructing the wind farm, at peak we had a workforce of up to 750 people working offshore. We're now nearing completion of the physical elements of the scheme.
We're going to go around the field a little bit more.
The last turbine's been installed, but there's still a lot of testing, commissioning work going on.
Working offshore is always a challenge. First of all, due to the engineering, water depths varying between 20 and 40 metres, which very complex geological site conditions here in the seabed. We've got boulders, we've got unexploded devices we have to clear, so absolutely lots of things to consider before we get to the actual construction side. We've got 116 turbines. We've got the monopile foundation, which is piled into the seabed. And then on top of that, we've got the yellow transition piece, which the turbine tower is then installed on top of. This is serious heavy lifting stuff going on here. Each of the blades weighing around 18 tons and a blade length of 55 metres. Brings out the best, I think, in the human endeavour and engineering, design and teamwork. Real ingenuity, I think, is tremendous, and it's helped build something remarkable like this. It's going to have a fantastic, positive impact on climate change and securing our energy supplies for the future.
Michael Bremner's new restaurant on the promenade has finally been given the go-ahead.
It's quite satisfying once you finish, you know, because it's like this 2 days ago, it was built like literally a building site. Like none of the chairs were out or tables were built. Me and the lads built the tables yesterday. You wouldn't have believed it's the same place this time 2 days ago. But yeah, I'm quietly confident we're going to be good. So night time, this is all lit up.
Michael's business partner, Jim, has come to keep an eye on his investment.
I've known Michael all my life. We opened 64 Degrees about 4 years ago. So this is our second venture together, so it'll be good.
Head chef Josh and the whole team are flat out. Even Jim has to get his hands dirty.
Planting some nice flowers here. Something's got to be nice.
Today's it's a massive day today because we've got we're going to hopefully open the doors. Obviously anything can happen between now and 5 o'clock, but I've kind of put it out there on social media saying that we're going to open tonight. You're blind baking them.
Some things are out of Michael's control, including the British weather.
Game time. Wish me luck. We're trying our hardest to get ready for dinner. Obviously we've got to set up the whole menu. We only got in here yesterday, so it's going to be an extreme push to get ready for this evening. I enjoy coming in the kitchen and doing these sorts of help, you know, getting involved here, so it takes my mind off the actual other things like business, life things. You just clear your mind and just focus on executing something that you want to eat yourself, you know, and it's quite soothing for me to do that. Even if we do no one, everyone has got themselves ready to be ready, so for me that's all right. But saying that, you know, you never know, there could be about 50,000 people walking down the beach right now.
Outside, it's more like November than July.
I think it might clear up. Didn't Billy Connolly say? There's no such thing as bad weather, just wrong clothes.
Just about 3.
And that's kind of how we've got to look at it. If I was picking up now, I just said that right enough, but there's people down the beach over there.
Despite the rain, a few hardy souls have made it out, and finally, Michael's restaurant is open.
Pass tables in. Let's see what happens.
Let's do it. You're the first ones.
Yay!
So I'd just like to give you some bubbles to start with. Just as a thank you for being the first.
2 customers in. I mean, there's a long way to go.
We were excited to come, weren't we? So
Thought it might be busier, so we left plenty of time and then got soaked.
Follow me this way. I'll show you to a table for 4.
It's lovely to see people come in at this time of night. With the weather, I didn't think anybody would, you know.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Hi.
You're coming to see us.
Yeah,
I can certainly do that for you.
Thank you.
It's a successful evening. I'm happy with how everything's gone. Yeah, I think now's when the real work starts. You know, before it's stressful because it's out of my control. Now's the exciting time.
It's been a long summer, but there's one more big date in the diary. The August bank holiday is round the corner. Seafront manager Chris Ingle needs to keep his lifeguard team on their toes.
This coming weekend could be pretty busy. Looking at the forecast, the temperature's rising up a bit, lighter winds, sunshine, so the beaches are going to get pretty squashed. We work such a long sort of working day, it's very hard to get all the team together. So every Wednesday morning we have a training session. It's all just getting it into their heads, so if anything does happen, they go into automatic mode, and yeah, we can get the job done.
There are 30 lifeguards in Chris's team. They can expect to deal with hundreds of incidents every year.
I really enjoy coming down to training.
Do some rescuing.
Makes my day really long, but it's a great start.
The team spirit amongst the whole group from different ages, you've got old people like me,
You got all the youngsters. My daughter's a lifeguard as well, so it's great to be a part of.
It's important that everyone knows the drills. When the real thing happens, they'll have to move quickly.
Okay, casualties, breathe in. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, okay, you're going to be fine. Just try and relax as much as you can, okay? We're just going to take you out gently. Keep yourself nice and still if you can. No, I'm getting on a bit. So it always takes it a bit more out of you each time. I have to train hard, keep training hard. But yeah, jumping in and out, running around. Good start to the day, so I'll be happy to have a hot shower, cup of tea, get back onto the desk. With a busy weekend, it's key that they all remain focused. The last thing we need to do is sort of take our eye off the ball, as it were.
Down at the fish shop, Jack is also getting ready for the busy weekend ahead. He's heard about what might just be a new customer.
I'm just getting some lobsters ready, and I'm going to go to one of the restaurants along the seafront because they've recently just opened, and I was hoping that I might be able to get them to buy some lobsters. We're only a small business, so we rely on the restaurants with the lobsters and all that sort of thing.
In this case, the restaurant is Michael Bremner's new venture.
It's the first time I've been to this restaurant. I need to find it before I can sell anything to him. I've never even met the guy, so I don't know. He might be horrible.
A good deal with one of Brighton's best-known chefs would be a real achievement.
Hello, I'm looking for Michael.
He is inside the kitchen.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm Jack. Are you Michael?
Michael, yeah.
Bank holiday's coming up. It's going to be busy. Do you sell lobsters, first of all?
Yes.
So these are like 600 size.
They look great.
Or a lot, you know, Regency Melrose.
Yes.
They normally do 600 grams. So I didn't know if you sort of done the same. And they're 500 grams. But we're going to probably get some more tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely have them up, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You don't get any better than that, do you? It's straight out of the sea. Like moments ago. They're perfect. It's a great deal. Yeah, very happy.
Got the money, so I'm very happy. And then he wants 6 more tomorrow. So it's at least another £60. You know, you've got to try your luck.
Jack's quick thinking has paid off. Another new customer who'll help to keep the shop going when the tourists have gone home.
Good morning, it's Mike on BBC Sussex and BBC Surrey for a bank holiday breakfast.
Lifeguard Tyrone is checking in with Chris at the seafront office.
Yeah, it's looking a great day out there, isn't it?
It's going to be warm, it's going to be sunny, flat water, a lot of heat in the drink. Yeah, it's
I'm
really good.
over on 5.
There's a big scooter rally going on as well
Oh,
today.
is there?
So there's
Oh, right.
loads of guys going setting up down there, a lot of scooters around.
Are they closing Madeira Drive, or are they?
It's not a full closure.
Right.
No worries. Cheers then. Bye-bye.
Volks, Madeira Drive. It's up here, isn't it? So
start
around
there,
here. Yeah. I love mods, man. I love mods.
And look at the weather. We can expect a fine, largely sunny day. Top temperatures today of 27.
60 miles away, one group of mods are gathering for their trip to Brighton.
Happy birthday, mate. How are you? Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Bernie Walsh and his mates still remember the time when they were at the heart of a youth culture that revolved around fashion, music and scooters. This is an annual pilgrimage none of them wants to miss.
The seaside beckons.
In Brighton, the beach is filling up and the seafront team are on the alert. Rex Griffinwood and her colleague Jason are well placed to spot any problems.
Because it's so busy on the beach today and there's so many people, it's really difficult for the lifeguards to cover everything, and we get a better view from the boat. So we go along and we're just checking to see if there's anything untoward.
In a couple of hours' time, it's going to be pretty rammed.
There's a lot of ground to cover.
My mum was always a quick walker, and I think I've adopted that speed throughout my life. And in this job, being able to get to places fairly quickly means that a good walking speed does help.
Everyone's keeping their eyes peeled.
Romeo 8, patrol, go ahead.
It's not long before the Marine Patrol is called to an incident.
We've got a couple of kayaks under the pier, and a few people have got out of these kayaks and are bouncing around on the substantions.
It's a false alarm. No one's in any danger.
Romeo 8 base. Police are congregating at the carousel, over.
Thanks for that, 6 out.
As the bank holiday heats up, it's a waiting game for the seafront team.
Roll up for the Punch and Judy.
On the promenade, Punch and Judy are about to take the stage. The whole family has come to help Glyn with the show.
There you go, I'll tug you in. Hello, I like that. Today's a special day, it's our kind of grand finale for this season. We're not all together, often together en masse. Stuff here. A whole mob of us. No, that's very rare indeed.
I can't wait to have a go at the marionettes in public with my mum.
Amazingly, she's a natural. I knew she would be. I knew. She's beating me. She's like, come on, Mum, let's go this way. Should we go get those people? Come on.
And now it's time for the star of the show, old Red Nose himself, the one, the only, Mr. Punch.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Punch was on the beach first. He saw the West Pier over there go up. Watched them build the I-360. Yeah, my money's on Mr. Punch still being around when, you know, when the other attractions on the beach are completely different.
Woohoo! That's the way to do it.
If your job is making kids laugh, what is not to like? Kiddies laughing, having fun, and it's because of something you're doing. It's like perfect occupation, really.
Everyone agrees that working together has been a great success.
I think it went really well, and now I'm not nervous anymore to do the next show.
Never done a show where we're all partaking, which is good.
Yeah.
Especially having Roisin with us today. It was beautiful. Wasn't it, Mr. Punch? Oh, yes. He agrees. Having Roisin was lovely.
It's what Seaside Fun's all about. You know, come down, might get sunburn, might see a Punch and Judy show. Come on. You come in. It's what we think of when we think of the great British seaside. Come on, Scruff. Hold hands. Should you hold hands still? Yes.
The mods, so it's always stayed with
this is, all the youngsters are coming along and they're getting the passion as well. So the scene will just keep on going.
The temperature's climbing, the beaches are packed, and Chris's lifeguards are at full stretch.
Romeo 5 and Romeo 6, this is base description of missing child. A small lad with black hair, 8 years old, wearing multicoloured Speedos, over.
A missing child puts the whole team on alert.
As an 8-year-old child, you think about where you would go to, really. Romeo 5, looking around Crazy Golf, I'll head up onto the upper promenade, over.
Romeo 5, Romeo 5, Tyrone base, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Right, over.
As the minutes tick by, the search is widening.
Give us a little description now, just in case we've got to sort of put it through to the police, over.
Can you see him anywhere, Jason?
Can you confirm where the parents were sat? Over. He may have gone back to the area. I'm still on the beach.
Just to let you know, they were based to the east of our post.
With crowds like this, spotting one 8-year-old is a tough call. Unless you strike lucky.
So just checking he's not joined another party. Are you? Relax everyone, I've got him here. We're walking back. Bye now. We got everyone looking for you, man. Where you been? Hey? Hey, dude, don't worry, man. It's cool. Listen, as long as you're safe, that's all that matters, all right? We'll go and find your mum, yeah? Yeah, don't worry. Let's go. We'll go this way. Yeah.
Romeo 7, yeah.
And we're there. Oh.
At last, the missing child can be reunited with his family.
There you go.
So I can't go in too close here.
Well, we've got a couple of people kind of on the west pier at the end.
Romeo 8 Patrol, no problem, we'll head over there now and go and speak to them.
Like today it's been non-stop. There's like constantly on the lookout for things and constantly responding and supporting the lifeguards.
The Old West Pier is like a magnet for some visitors, but it's not the place for two plastic dinghies.
Dinghies, oh no.
The ruined pier has jagged, twisted metal above and below the water.
Those dinghies, they just one little pin will just deflate them.
Renks and Jason are trying to keep people out of danger.
It's really rickety, it might just fall apart. Okay. And mind the spikes as well. There's lots of spikes sticking up around here. Actual bylaws, boats inside swimming zones and speed limits, but the rest of it is just safety really, and the only thing that we end up having to sort of help them out if they get in trouble later.
All along the promenade, bars and cafes are doing a brisk trade, and that brings a whole new set of problems.
I mean, with this amount of bars and people kind of letting loose for the weekend, and this is probably the last big weekend of the summer, but I think there's been a bit too much drinking, a bit too much sun, coming up to the end of the bank holiday Monday, and it's all getting a little bit lively.
Within sight of the beach team's control room, the lifeguards have pulled a woman out of the surf, and she's definitely had one too many.
She must be 35, put people in danger, put herself in danger. Yeah, it's very, very frustrating. OK, are you looking after...
Taking her home, yeah.
On a day like today, she's had some drinks, yeah, quite a few, and decided to go for a swim. So it's tied up our patrol boat, tied up our lifeguards, tied up me for an hour. It's just a massive no-no.
There's no time to dwell on it. Chris has been called to another incident. This time, the lifeguards have rescued an injured man from the water.
In trouble in the water, pulled in by the boat, and then us on the board. About 6 of us lifted him in and isolated him. We just got him on the edge of the beach now.
The weekly training sessions have paid off yet again.
Getting someone out of the water is always difficult, and you've got to be super together, work as a team, make sure everyone knows what they're doing. Hopefully that's the last one for this bank holiday, and yeah, slowly we can start sort of wishing people a nice journey home and get home ourselves.
The sunshine has seen thousands of people enjoying Brighton's seafront during the bank holiday. Conditions are perfect for the scooter ride out.